Hello, good day everyone. How are you all today? Welcome back. My name is Hassan and I'm back again to bring you all our closing bell of the week updates by TeleTrade. Alright, and I'm gonna bring you through what actually happened within this week, how the market was, what was the structure actually that occurred, and the patterns that actually were developed during the process from Monday till Friday now, and how did we actually get through or had a breakthrough in terms of making pips, in terms of making good shares in the prices, right? So all in all, it was also another volatile week, but not as volatile like the previous week. All right, so looking at the economic calendar, let's just have a look on it. You see, for the current week we had got a weaker housing data, whereby actually it did fall, and new home sales also, it was actually it fell about 6.5%, right? And the personal income also was about 6.2%, and all in all, the overall spending plunged to about 12%, which was into the negative zone for the consumer's confidence, right? As you could see here, the consumer confidence was also in the red zone. Then we had ECB President Lagarde speak. Basically, we saw the euro was actually keep trending up with the stimulus plan, but next week they're gonna get into for more bonds purchasing, and also the forecast is going to become more grimmer. So I see that the rally will not be lasting for the longer term, because overall euro should be going down, but we will see that next week it is going to change direction to the downside. Then we had Fiji Fed's BG book for the 12 banks towards the economical situation and the forecast on the stimulus, and also we had GDP from USA as expected in the red zone. And for today we have got a data coming out of the GDP of Canadian dollar, which is also expected to be into the red zone. Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500, it recovered nicely and had a nice rally. As you see, if you remember, early of the week we forecast that this week Dow Jones will be going up, and looking at the current structure, it has gone up, right? So like I said, at the early of the week, whenever you join our forecast, whenever you join our webinars, whenever you join our London session webinars, right, that is tons of information that one need in a way to become a profitable trader. All right, so according to our forecast, Dow Jones Industrial Average has actually gone up. Looking ahead for let's just say we did plenty and many forecasts. We had forecast on GBP CAD as well. For GBP CAD, as you see here, we had the pound plunged into more to the red zone, and we saw that there was a lot of weakness coming. But I see that today it is going to have a bit of recovery due to the negative data coming out from the Canada. So that will be actually, which is Canadian GDP, which will be making the Canadian dollar weaker. Then USD CHF, we had many trade setups within the week. We actually traded them during the London session, right? Like see, our London session is on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. We traded this pair in the ranging market multiple times, and I believe many of you were able to make profits on it. Then looking ahead for other pairs, which is CAD JPY. For CAD JPY, we had a forecast that the pair will be bouncing up, and actually it did bounce up. All right, as you could see here from this, we were here at the early of the week, and then it has gone up about 225 pips. So all in all, we saw that everything went pretty well according to the forecast. In between, we did had other trade entries as well, and we were trading them during the London session. So for Euro USD, as anticipated, it did come down, but it did not really go down very much, right? Then it rebounded up. But I see that from here, what will be the next week forecast? This will make its reversal. So we will wait and see according to the price section and the structure, how will this, because as I mentioned earlier, next week is the purchasing bonds time, and then this will be making the forecast more grimmer for the Eurozone, and this is why this pair will come back to the downside. Then for USD Canadian, we had a nice forecast. Like I say, we traded USD CAD here, then we traded USD CAD here, and then it was also a very massive and profitable week for the USD CAD pair as well. But like I said earlier, today we have GDP data coming up, but I see the overall this pair is going to open more room to the downside, so be prepared. We're going to look for more setups, more opportunities next week. GBP CHF ranged a bit, did not actually been struggling to go up and down, but I see that it's ranging. We will see more direction towards next week about what GBP would be doing, GBP CHF would be doing. Most of the American stocks actually they rallied nicely. In fact, we had Goldman Sachs signal posted, we had Morgan Stanley, we had Visa. We discussed about Visa. We discussed about S&P 500. As anticipated, it has gone up. All right. So looking ahead for, just give me a moment. All right, as you see, we had a Goldman Sachs, a nice rally up here, breaking this resistance and then finding its way to the upside. Right, beautiful, and almost hit to the TP2. And United Health is going to take some time. McDonald's taking a bit of time, and GBP and that we forecasted that this pair will be going down from this point or going up from this point, but it did not happen. But I see that from this level it did go down. I see it's gonna go down again, but we will see next week what will be the direction. So for gold, as anticipated, we had a nice entry sell here. As you see, the arrow is still over here. We had a sell here, then we anticipated for it to go up. It did go up. Then again we had we spoke about from this price it will drop. It did not really go down yet, still playing around the level. But if let's say you can always sell this below this here, right? However, we're going to come back next week again to spot the entries, to look into the setups, and then trade once again like a snipper. And for CHF JPY, it didn't really push up much, but I see the risk is to the upside. Euro JPY has finally reached to its verified resistance, and be prepared because next week it can come down, but we will see how is it going to be next week. Right, so it was a very profitable and I believe that wonderful week of learning, and also wonderful week of getting through more analysis, and I believe that was very useful for you. Right, so like usual, we will come back again next week with our daily London live sessions. We will be posting a lot of trading signals for you, and we will be also having a grand investor webinar next week Saturday. Right, till then stay tuned, and I will be seeing you guys next week and very soon. Take care and bye bye.